Hello, you can barely see me, can you? I don't have any better light. I'm in the car. It's my second car vlog, but we're not driving because I would not be able to step on the clutch with the camera thing sitting there. Anyway, we just got done. I gave John a hug. That was very exciting. And I got this thing. Maybe you've heard of it? Yeah. Best wishes. That was the most awesome thing ever. And I'm going to go see him again tomorrow. I'm going to try to get my copies of Alaska and Catherine's back from my friend Aaron. And maybe get those signed and see the Yeti. And John said maybe he'll try to get the Yeti to sign autographs too. That'd be cool. So that's it for this video. I got like 15 minutes of John talking. And now I'm out of time. Okay, bye. See you later. Bye, 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 bye.
Dark. The would-be vloggers. So thank you guys for recording this since I'm not. Hopefully you'll play your stuff, put it up on YouTube, and then we can run one of them or something. This is so awesome. In case you're wondering if this gets old, it doesn't. It's like the 4th time that this has happened, and it feels better each time. How many, by the way, I was wondering this when I was sitting there in the green room, like, raise your hand if you know what a nerd fighter is. That's like the most of the people here that wanted to check, make sure that you guys weren't coming to the wrong gig. Maybe you all meant to come to the Twins game. So Paper Towns is this book I wrote about. I'm going to read from it a little bit, but it's a book I wrote about a girl and an idea. So before the book, you know, sometimes they got these quotes, and there are 2 quotes. The second quote is from a band I like called the Mountain Goats. And it's a couplet from one of their songs. The song is called Game Shows Touch Our Lives, and the lyric is, people say friends don't destroy one another. What do they know about friends? Which every nerd fighter should be able to relate to. And the first quote is from Katrina. And instead of reading just the quote, I have the opportunity tonight to read the whole poem, because there is a copy of Atlas here. And I'd really like to do that, since we're in Minneapolis, St. Paul, Katrina's hometown, and because I like this poem so much, and because I like the end of it so much, and because it kind of gets what I want to talk about tonight. My sister and I grew pumpkins, Cinderellas by the vineful, until they nudged the feet of Daddy's sugar snow corn. She remembers waiting for their shells to quicken with rain in each moon's phase, waiting for our father to carve the faces we drew on the pumpkins with pencil, because he said that girls could cut themselves with knives. Here's what nobody seems to remember. She was 19 and pregnant and apologetic. I was 12, and we were both aware that in fall, all things are round. Apples and raindrops, harvest moons, squash. She asked him to carve the smallest pumpkin in the patch for the baby, and our father walked out, left us alone, 2 girls, 3 pumpkins, slotted spoons, a butcher knife. In the mirror, the dark man at the kitchen window, flushed by leaves, I asked her not to cry. Instead, she cut into a pumpkin's head and scraped its wet insides from grainy walls, and then abandoned her spoon. Her fingers wrested seeds from the pale gourd pulp until they slid, separated from its skull through her hands, first as droplets, then as strings of pearls. She said, "We don't need Father anymore. We can carve this ourselves. Watch me slice out lips and eyes where none has been before." When she hunched to light the votive, it sputtered, then glowed. And after, when we went outside to look at her finished lantern from the road, I said I liked the way her light shone through the face that flickered in the dark. Gosh, that's good. It almost makes me cry, but instead I'm going to man up and talk about this book. I read that poem for the first time, I think, in, I guess it would have been March of 2005. When Looking for Alaska came out, the first thing I did as like a professional author person was I went down to Oxford, Mississippi for this thing called the Oxford Conference for the Book, where I've got two books. One is Atlas, this book that I've treasured my whole life, and the other is Henrik Hertzberg's book Politics, which some of you may know is the book that I used to propose to the Yeti, who is my wife, for those of you who aren't. I'm not going to explain why I called it the Yeti. But it's not a dig. And she likes it. I think it's difficult to say that. She does like it, though. She thinks it's adorable. And she says her regrets that she can't be here tonight. For those of you who will be at the event tomorrow, she will be at that event. And she is very excited to meet any of you. I mean, you guys are so disappointed, but you don't know her. She's just some girl. Like, I could have a fake Yeti here. But I got two books. I got Henrik Hertzberg, and I had Sarah's a big Henrik Hertzberg fan. Now she's a big Katrina Vandenberg fan, but we didn't know about this book at the time. But I had Henrik Hertzberg sign the book to Sarah Green, will you marry John? I think it's a good idea. Here's Henrik Hertzberg. that worked. You can say no to me, but you're not going to say no to Henrik Hertzberg. He's a very persuasive guy.